Welcome back. Today we will discuss the mathematical modeling of electrical systems. So, the fundamental elements or basic elements in the electrical systems are, let us write and discuss. Elements in electrical circuits. And those are resistors, inductor and capacitor, and along with that there are energy sources, that is voltage source and current source. But these are the three basic elements, and the quantities, common quantities in electrical circuit. Those are voltage and current. No doubt there are other quantities like flux, charge, energy, power, but we will be dealing with these three elements and these two quantities in a circuit, and we will get the mathematical model. So how, let us say the basis for modeling. Basis is KCL and KVL, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. So applying these basic laws through mesh analysis or nodal analysis, will get the differential equations for the given circuit, and that differential equation can be converted into a transfer function. So modeling of electrical systems means what? For a given electrical system, we will obtain its behavior through the differential equation and transfer function, because the differential equation and transfer function describe the behavior of the circuit. How? I will tell you. So before starting this, what we should know is, for these elements, say element, voltage across the element and current through the element. And the elements will consider R, L and C, and the voltage across resistance is given by V is equal to I into R, where V is the voltage across the resistance, I is the current flowing through the resistance, and R is the value of the resistor in ohms. And the same relation then can be written in the form of currents, that I will be given by I is equal to V by R. These are required. Why? Because when we apply KVL, we need to say that in a loop the summation of all algebraic sum of all voltages is equal to 0. So if there are the resistive, inductive, capacitive elements in the circuit, we need to find the voltage across them, and that is why we are just summarizing this concept. So for L, inductor, the V is given by L di by dt. So voltage is directly proportional to rate of change of current, and the constant of proportionality is called as inductance. And for capacitor, the V is given by 1 by C integration I dt. This I is variable of time, so this is V of t is equal to I of t into R. This will be V of t is equal to L di by dt, di of t by dt, and this V of t is equal to 1 by C integration I of t dt. And no doubt this integration is from minus infinity to t, but we will take it from 0 to t, or let us take it from minus infinity, but we are going to neglect the initial conditions at the later stage, and this will be just taking integration over the appropriate limits. Same way here, the current is given by 1 by L integration v dt, and here the current is C dV by dt. All are the function of time. This V and I are function of time, R, L, C are the appropriate constants. So once we know this, then we can find out the mathematical model in terms of differential equation as well as transfer function. So let us consider one simple example. Let there is a series RLC network. Let the applied voltage be V in. This is the resistance R, inductor L, capacitor C, and let we are interested in the output across the capacitor. So what is my question? Question is determine differential equation and transfer function. So this is the example of what of this. So how to do this? It is very simple. So let us define that current flowing through this is I. Then applying KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, we get this V will be equal to sum of these three voltages. So V in of t is equal to R I of t plus L di of t by dt plus 1 by C integration I of tau d tau. And what will be V output of t? V output of t is equal to 1 upon C integration I of tau d tau. So if I solve this differential equation, what I can get for known value of V in, the only unknown is I of t. So if I solve this integral differential equation, I will get the solution as I, and if I put that I here, I will get the output voltage. That means these two equations completely describe the system. No doubt, it requires initial conditions. It requires initial conditions. Or you may presume that initial conditions are 0, then this will be from integration will be from 0 to t. Otherwise, it will be from minus infinity to t. Now let us find out its transfer function. Now how to find transfer function, that we have seen. Once we have the equation in time domain, then taking Laplace transform, let us denote this as 1 and denote this as 2. So I will write here, taking Laplace transform on both sides of equation 1. What we get? We get Laplace of V in of t is V in of s. This will be equal to R into I of s plus, for this it is a di by dt, so it will be Ls I of s minus I of 0 term will be there, but here what we are considering while taking transfer function, initial conditions are 0, so let us directly neglect the initial conditions. And same way here, it will be 1 by Cs I of s. What I presume here, that you know the Laplace transform and its properties. That is the prerequisite for this course. And this will be nothing but Ls plus R plus 1 by Cs into I of s. Or I can write this as LCs square plus RCs plus 1 by Cs into Is. Then I will repeat for the second term. So let taking So I will write in short form, Laplace transform on both sides of 2. V output of S, it will be equal to what? For this it will be 1 by Cs I of S, and so the transfer function is V output of S by V input of S, and that will be equal to, what is V output? 1 by Cs I of S divided by LCS square plus RCS plus 1 by Cs into I of S. So I of S get cancelled, 1 by Cs get cancelled, so it is 1 by LCS square plus RCS plus 1, and that is equal to, it is a common practice that always keep the coefficient of higher power of S in the denominator equal to 1. So dividing or taking common LC, what I get, this will be 1 by LC upon S square plus R by LS plus 1 by LC. So this is the transfer function. And now if you take inverse Laplace transform of this, you will get the time domain response of the system for various inputs. This is very clear. Let us solve one more example. In this example, what I will do, I will write determine transfer function of, I will take a very common system. This is a very popular system. You will find this system everywhere. It is oftenly asked in various examinations. Transfer function of this system, where input is V in, output is VO. So let this be R1, C1, R2, C2. Okay, let us start solving. So here first we have to define the auxiliary variables, these currents, loop currents I1 and I2. And there are two loops, so we need to apply the KVL to two loops. That will give me, say, applying KVL to loop 1. I will call this as loop 1 and this as loop 2. We get, what do we get? V in of t is equal to R1 I1 of t plus 1 by C1 integration, the current flowing through this capacitor is I1 minus I2, I1 minus I2 dt. This I1 and I2 both are function of time, so it should be actually I1 of t minus I2 of t. But what I will do, I will follow a process that as all are variables of time, henceforth I will not mention as V in of t, just I will mention V in. And now let us take let this be equation number 1. Then applying KVL to loop 2, we get, why we are doing so? See, you can see this V output is across this C2, so definitely it will be 1 upon C2 integration I2 dt, and V in is here, and we want ratio of these two, and that is why we need to apply KVL to both loops, and there will be some auxiliary variables that we need to replace. How to do it, I will show you. So for the second, now this voltage will be equal to sum of these two, and so this voltage is 1 upon C1 integration I1 minus I2 dt, and that is equal to R2 I2 plus 1 upon C2 integration I2 dt. Also what I have, also V out is equal to 1 upon C2 integration I2 dt. So now if I take Laplace transform of all these three equations, what I get, this equation will give me V in of S in terms of I1 of S and I2 of S. This equation will give me the relation between I1 and I2, and this equation will give me the output in terms of I2 of S. Let us see what happens. So taking Laplace transform of 1 to 3, we get V in of S is equal to R1 I1 of S plus 1 by C1S I1 of S minus I2 of S. Correct. And that I can say that it is nothing but R1 plus 1 by C1S into I1 of S minus 1 by C1 of S, C1S I2 of S. Okay, this can further be replaced as R1 C1S plus 1 by C1S into I1 of S minus 1 by C1S I2 of S. And let me denote this by 4 because this equation we need later on. Now when I apply KVL to this equation, second equation, what I get, Laplace to the second equation, what I get, 1 by C1S into I1 of S minus I2 of S, and that is equal to R2 into I2 of S plus 1 by C2S into I2 of S. And let us simplify this. Let us recollect the terms of, or separate the terms of I1 and I2. So this gives me 1 upon CS I1 of S is equal to 1 by C1S plus R2 plus 1 by C2S into, this is C1S, into I2 of S. And from that what I get, I1 in terms of I2. Why it is required? Let us see later on. This 1 by C1S will come here, so it will be 1 plus R2 C1S plus C1 by C2 into I2 of S. Correct. And then let us apply, let me make it 5. Let me make it equation 5. Then applying Laplace to this, what I get, V output of S is equal to 1 upon C2S I2 of S. Let this be equation number 6. Now if we look at this equation number 4, here we have V in of S. In equation number 6 we have V output of S. But can we take ratio of these two? We cannot. Why? Because V output of S involves a variable I2 and V in involves both variables I1 and I2. Means we must replace I1. We must replace I1 with I2. So here I1 term shall be removed. So what we will do, for I1 we will put this term, and hence, so from 4 and 5 we get, what do we get from 4 and 5? So V in of S will be equal to R1 C1s plus 1 divided by C1s into I1 of s. But what is I1 of s? This is I1 of s into 1 plus R2 C1s plus C1 by C2 into I2 of s minus 1 by C1s I2 of s. So I can write this as, this is nothing but 1 plus R1 C1s into 1 plus R2 C1s plus C1 by C2 minus 1 whole divided by C1s into I2 of s. And now we can take the division. Now we can take the division. So let us take the division and then let us simplify it. So V output of s by V in of s will be 1 by C2s divided by 1 plus R1 C1s into 1 plus R2 C1s plus C1 by C2 minus 1 whole divided by C1s, and I2 gets cancelled. Here will be I2, here will be I2, that gets cancelled. So now let us simplify this. Okay, let us use another sheet for simplification. So V output of s by V input of s, that will be equal to this 1 by C2s, 1 by C1s. So this C1 will go in the numerator, but let us keep it as it is for a while. C2s divided by, let us make this 1 plus R2 C1s plus C1 by C2, then plus R1 C1s plus R1 R2 C1 square s plus R1 C1 square s by C2 minus 1, and this whole divided by C1s. So here this 1 gets cancelled, and then it becomes, further simplification, 1 by C2s divided by R2 C1s plus, or let us make this also LCM, R2 C1 C2, this C2 s plus C1 plus R1 C1 C2s plus R1 R2 C1 square C2s plus R1 C1 square s divided by C1s, and now it will be 1 by C2 s divided by, let us remove C1s, or let us remove C1 from everyone, then it will be R2 C2s plus 1 plus R1 C2s plus R1 R2 C1 C2, this shall be S square. So here also it will be S square. S square plus R1 C1 S divided by here C1 C2S, sorry, by C2S. So it is 1 by R1 R2 C1 C2 S square plus R1 C1 S plus R1 C2 S plus R2 C2 S plus 1. So this is the transfer function. Maybe it is little bit complicated, but we have to solve this. By practice, we will get these correct answers. There is no issue. What is important, one should know how to get the model. So for electrical circuits, we have to apply either KCL or KVL, get the time domain equations, differential equations, apply Laplace transform and get the transfer function. Very simple. So it is enough in this lecture. In the next lecture, for practice we will solve few more examples. And I will take two particular circuits. Those have a good application in the control system. Let us meet again. Thank you.